Okay, I am tired now again. But I actually know why that is. And yes, I did see my folks last night, but that's not why I'm tired. So, my low is the fact that I am tired. My high is the fact I know why that is. And my act of kindness was when I visited my folks last night, I helped prepare dinner. We had breakfast for dinner. I'll explain that in a minute. So, good morning and happy Friday, everyone. So, I think I may have said this before, but I'm one of those kinds of people that sleeps better when it's cold. It's cold out, right? Like, the window's open, or if it was in the summer, the air conditioning is on. But in my apartment building, you can only have like air conditioning or heat. You can't have both on at all, right? Now, obviously, the smart thing for me to do would be for me to just simply make sure the heat's turned off, which I do. The problem is at random it comes back on. And I have no idea until it's too late or long after the fact, and I just realized my collar's kind of weird. There we go. But yes, now I know what the problem is. I turned off the heat this time, but just in case, because here's the thing, I'm the kind of guy where if the heat is on or the air conditioning is on, I want to turn it on all the way. So, for once, I actually turned my heat to the lowest possible setting it can get. For the record, its highest setting is 76. That, trust me, I'd make it hotter, but it won't let me. And its lowest setting is 61. Again, I would make that cooler, but it doesn't let you. So, there you go. Should my heat ever come back on again, maybe the cooler temperature will make all the difference. I mean, 15 degrees, that can kind of make a difference, I think. Over time it does anyway when it comes to melting something. All right, sure. So, again, last night I visited my mother and my ex-step grandmother, which was okay. This is another part of my low too, right? Because yesterday my mom and my grandma spent the entire day watching my nephews. Now my grandma came back home early and met me at my folks' place, right? I get a call from my mom at like 6 saying she's on her way home. It's like 40 minutes and she hasn't responded or called or anything. It turns out, like, at the worst possible time, she gets like a phone call that lasts like a half hour, 40 minutes. Which, I mean, come on, that's just plain. Like, if you're going to get a phone call like that, like, immediately call the person you're trying to get to, saying, listen, I got tied up, I'm on my way, just please be patient. Like, if you do that, it's I mean, I said this before, my mom doesn't usually have the common courtesy at heart. Although she is well-meaning, so that's nice. But eventually we did get we got Brinner breakfast for dinner, which, yeah, I could have probably taken photos of. I didn't really want to, though, because really it wasn't all that impressive. I mean, all we had was bacon, sausage, waffles, pancakes, and, fried eggs. I mean, it was good, but it doesn't really leave much to the imagination. Although, I finally got around to trying a flavor combination I've always wanted to try, and that's because whenever I have fried eggs, I should probably explain. My preferred method of eating eggs is scrambled, especially after I learned how to make it via Gordon Ramsay, which if you've never seen Gordon Ramsay style scrambled eggs, you should. It's awesome. Oh, I'm going to see if I can find a link to that. Gordon Ramsay style scrambled eggs. I'll have to see if I can put a link in the description of that below. But yes, I normally prefer scrambled eggs, but if I'm at home, my mom is making breakfast for dinner, it's got to be a runny yolk. Just because I like to eat around, I eat all the white first and try and scoop the entirety of the yolk in my spoon, like, oh, and just have the yolk burst in your mouth. Oh, that's amazing. That is so good. But again, they were fried eggs last night, and so not only did I have that, but if I have fried eggs, I like to have mine with salt, pepper, and hot sauce. I had a Valentina Black Label on me. That's a very nice hot sauce. You gotta make sure it's the Black Label. That's the spicy one. And I had waffles and pancakes and bacon. Like, pour syrup over the eggs too. So yes, I had like the fantastic combination of sweet and heat from the maple syrup and the Valentina hot sauce. Oh man, that was good. That was so good. I should try and experiment with that more often. Well, I am running the store today. I do have some hot sauce. Yeah, I'm gonna get myself some. I'm gonna get some stuff later. I'm gonna make sure that happens, bro. Anyway, where was I? So all in all, it was a nice, evening with. Well, here's the thing. It was with my mom, my grandma, because my dad stayed behind and watched my nephews. Because every so often, my brother and his wife love going out for dinner, which I have to say they're very lucky that they have a set of parents, mine, who love them very much and would be happy and willing to watch my nephews while they're out and away. Because seriously, like, it's not like they're going out, they're just going out for dinner. Like, sit down at a restaurant dinner. They're not going to a club, they're not going to a bar, they're not doing anything that's completely irresponsible. But even with doing stuff like that, you never really see new parents or new-ish parents do it so much. Yeah, they're new-ish. I should probably think about, actually, what's the date today? The 15th. My twin nephews are turning 2 in less than a month. I should probably do something about that. Oh, I'll probably get to that, later. What else? Oh, right. We had a new episode of Hot Ones yesterday, which I was very thoroughly impressed with yesterday's Hot Ones guest. And yes, I meant to make that rhyme. So, it's, for those of you who didn't know, it was Megan Thee Stallion, who, is a rapper, 3-time Grammy Award winner. And one thing that really gravitated me towards her right off the bat was she told it like it is. In a good way. In an honest way. She was very blunt. And I like that. Honestly, people who have that sort of mentality tend to do fairly well when they take on the Hot Ones challenge. And she did very well. I mean, the bomb got her, but come on, it's the bomb beyond insanity. What'd you expect? It gets everybody. But she handled herself very well, and she's actually now technically a restaurateur, as she now worked in collaboration with Popeyes. Yeah, the Louisiana Fast. Yeah, that place. And apparently, for a limited time, they have what's called hottie sauce, which is a creation of her design. And right off the bat, I really like how bright fire engine neon magenta red it looks. I will have to consider trying it. It's been a while since I've had Popeyes. I like Popeyes. Then again, I really am not fussy when it comes to my, upper middle tier, fast food places like Popeyes, for instance. I mean, sometime I really should probably make like a top 10 or some of my fast food places. I mean, I've elaborated on that before a little bit. Like, regardless of whether it's a top 10 or whatever, for sure, at least Chick-fil-A, In-N-Out, and Five Guys are going to be in there. For sure. So, it was like a top 10. There could be room for Popeyes. And again, it's been a while since I've had it. But every time I've had it, I have liked it. Their biscuits are actually really good too. Holy cow. So, congratulations, Megan Thee Stallion, for completing the Hot Ones Challenge. I was very thoroughly impressed by your episode. You definitely handled yourself very well, very nice. And now I'm just looking forward to seeing what episode comes next. Although, speaking of things that come next, I've talked about this guy before. His name is totally not Mark. And I'll put a link to his channel in the description down below. Especially the first video of what he did yesterday. But over the last, I'd say, well over a year and a half, he does like blind reviews of famous anime and manga. Like he did One Piece all of last year. He did Hunter x Hunter, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. He's doing Berserk, although it's sort of sporadic, kind of. Yesterday was the first time he began his blind review on a series that, when I was in my teens, it really helped me feel. You guys all know this. I was very depressed when I was in high school and stuff, like middle school, high school. During that time, anime was really becoming big in the West. And one particular show gained popularity almost instantaneously, which was good because we needed to fill the void that Dragon Ball Z left behind. That show was Naruto. Now, I want to make one thing very clear. At some point, I really do want to do my thoughts on Naruto. Because I really have been thinking about doing that for a good while now, actually. And there definitely would be a lot of stuff I could say about it. But I'm going to wait until Totally Not Mark finishes his blind review of Naruto before I make my thoughts on it. Just simply because I guarantee his opinion about the series ends is very vastly going to be different from mine. What I can tell you is, if you can find a way to watch it all and blast, I said fast and fly. I said blast and fly at the same time, or fly right through the anime, or blast through the manga. The Naruto is definitely worth checking out if you haven't already. But in terms of my overall thoughts on it, again, I'm afraid I'm going to have to wait and see until Naruto is done being reviewed by Totally Not Mark, which he talked about yesterday. So I'll put a link to that video in the description down below. And so, here we are. I'm meeting my folks at the country club for dinner tonight. It's going to be a wonderful evening. Right now, man, like I mentioned how like my heat was turned on and like I turned it off. My window is open now. Man, it feels so good to sit in here. Man, I can just like sit here and relax. I feel so calm right now. I'm not going to lie. Oh, that's weird. There we go. My screen turned off. And the best part is, I wouldn't have to worry about bedhead because if you couldn't tell, I got myself a fresh new do. I like it. I like it short like this. Very nice. Now, and yeah, it's been about it's like July. Actually, no, I think it was legitimately 3 months when I last got my haircut. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to make it for like, well, my next haircut's gonna be like February. So I'll have to really play that one by ear. But I have to say though, when you try to get yourself a haircut, and it's the place that takes appointments, they fill up fast, especially if it's technically a beauty salon. Oh, well, that's my burden to bear. Like, favorite, share, the subscribe button, follow me on social platforms on YouTube. I have your home this video for all of you guys watching. Joe for a wonderful, wonderful Friday. Remember, you're going to talk to you. I'm going to get a land back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.